But we're still, the night is still young. The night is still young. So, spawning in the northeast position as the red Protoss player. Well, he's actually yellow. I don't know why I said red. I don't know. I don't know what I'm smoking. But from Root Gaming, it is Petraeus narrowly taking a Game 1 victory over his opponent in the southwest, a blue ZerG player from Team IVD Gaming. It is puCK. Woo, yeah, camera movements, randomness, screen shaking, whatever you kids like to see. This is the Kappa StarLeague, and we are all about making the players as uncomfortable as possible, which is why you will probably never see people with high standards here. But, well, that's okay. We're about having fun. So, I don't necessarily know what else to throw out there because the last game was way better than it probably should have been. So we'll find ways to make it worse as we progress here. But Petraeus is still going to open up with a gateway. This map has a much easier to protect natural, although the ramp is probably wider than a whale's vagina right now. It's actually we're actually peaking Daedalus level. How the hell was this map in Wings of? I guess Protoss players probably vetoed it. What an awful map. But that's why we're here. So puCK's going to 15 pool into maybe 16, 15 hatchery. Pretty standard. Pretty much the same thing that puCK did on the last map. And, well, one gas opening from Petraeus. So let's see. What the fuck does Petraeus do? I guess gateway opening is fine because you're in a position where it's like, okay, probably won't be easy to go for some sort of fast wall, but yeah, I don't know what else to say, man. I'm just trying to think of random bullshit to throw out. puCK's gonna take a third base really fast in the top left. Is he gonna take this base? He's not gonna take this base. He's taking double gas. No, he double extractor trick to get his queen out. Wow. This is a really ballsy third base to take. It's also the last third base you expect. Yeah, I guess maybe he was checking for proxies. I don't know. Remember, Terran vs. Protoss on this map was hell because you'd always get killed from above here. The puCK scouts, he's like, okay, open gateway. Stalker's on the way. Nexus is in production. And a reminder, if you guys have been wondering why the observing in casts that you've watched from people that aren't me lately has gotten significantly worse, they broke the function that allows you to follow units with the camera. So people that aren't observers are having a lot more of a difficult time, and people are discovering that Nathanius, of course, as a for a caster, has pretty decent observing skills when he's not half asleep. But reminder, as Petraeus gets a probe in his sneaky spot on the left side here, you can follow both these players on Twitter. Thank them for playing in the Kappa StarLeague. There is $125 on the line, and the winner gets 100, the loser gets 25, because of course you were put in a pretty dumb situation playing on horrible maps that were designed to make you lose. Good snipe on that, actually. And you can follow them at Root Petraeus and at puCK SC2. I'm all about making sure to promote the players as well as my sick casting / observing skills. Maybe more so observing. But wow, this Mothership Core is actually going to force a cancel on that Spine Crawler. And Petraeus is bringing along some good pressure here. puCK suddenly in a little bit of trouble. The Stalker gets surrounded. Oh, he gets the hug of death. The drones just want to cuddle. And this is what happens, guys. If someone wants to cuddle with you and you say no, they will squeeze you until you die. That's a very important piece of advice for people in relationships as well. Roachwarren is coming close for puCK. He never did take that third base, but Petraeus is a pylon and set up outside puCK's natural. And oh shit, Petraeus is going for the 4-gate, the 2-base 4-gate. And puCK, he's building a spore in his main base. He doesn't know exactly what's coming. He does have one Spine Crawler. The puCK will need maybe another spine or two. His queen does not have enough energy for a transfuse. But if he starts producing roaches now, he should be okay. I don't think he realizes what this wall is, though. puCK doesn't know. And look at those chrono boosts coming in. Oh, puCK, will he see him with the tower? No, he barely can't see him. Okay, now he sees him. puCK knows, he's like, oh, okay. Those 4 drones in production are not going to do too much. Immediately begins another spine crawler. The roaches are in production. The Zerglings trying to Zerg, but this is not going to be an easy hold for the IVD Gaming Zerg player. Force fields off the main ramp. He's about to get pro-tossed, motherfucker, as these zealots step forward. Takes a couple shots from the spine crawler. Not too bad. The Zerglings are here. Petraeus, he hasn't not dove in just yet. He still has another force field or 2 available. 1 roach could squeeze down this ramp. There's no threat of a warp prism yet. So, wow, puCK's actually, yeah. puCK doesn't, well, his 3rd base will probably get canceled, but he doesn't have it yet. So, it's not like it's a sunk cost. He can still get some, he can still squeeze a couple dollar bills out of that. Probably shouldn't finish that sentence. Oh, called the Zerglings. Oh, he's trying to snipe a sentry. Doesn't get it, but that was cool. Forces a recall. That was, man, that probably would have lost my shit if he killed that. We here at the Kappa StarLeague also don't give a fuck about being incredibly professional when it comes to our cast. We're just hoping these players are also saying what the fuck at the same time as us. So, the Zerglings, roaches, are moving across the map. And Immortal is in production. And the Zerglings give a little love tap to that wall, forced back by the sentries and stalkers. Thing is, Petraeus now suffers the ultimate problem of, hey, it's actually really hard to take a 3rd base as a Protoss. You need literally infinite force fields to hold off the areas where you might want to take a 3rd base. God, I remember why people hated this map so much. Coral Compound was in the map pool for like 1 season. And I think the guy that made it was high while he was doing it. Force fields in these roaches. Oh, Petraeus getting to 6 surface area on this Zerg force. And with that, Petraeus is like, yep, okay, good time to attack my Zerg opponent. I'm going now. puCK's trying to take a 4th base. Pretty brave. Pretty brave for this position. puCK's like, all right, I'm going to build some spine crawlers because maybe you're just going to come kill my 3rd. I think puCK still knows that there's no 3rd base for Petraeus. So all he really needs to do, like, let's be straight. This map sucks. He has to just survive. Like, that's it. He just literally doesn't have to die. He literally does not die. He's okay. And, well, you know, I might be the John Madden quote of esports. If you don't die to your opponent, you're probably going to win. And he can lose his 3rd base. I guess maybe this is where that base on the right side comes into play. Yeah, Petraeus doesn't even realize that puCK has his hatchery. I guess that's one way to do it. Just double expand and pray. And puCK, look at this. He's got like the Great Wall of Spine-gina here. 4 queens. Aldem transfuses. He's got roaches and roaches of ridges, man. They're like ruffles up in this bitch. And here comes Petraeus. He only has 2 immortals. And normally that's enough to, you know, win a couple GSLs if you're parting. Who's actually, I don't think he's ever won a GSL. I don't know, you win shit. The WCS championship. And Petraeus, he pops it. He pops that G. He's bringing the immortal forward. There's actually no spores here. He might not know which immortal is fake. And the zealots are coming in. Petraeus is just going to try to break this. Now there's the transfuses from puCK. It's a couple solid transfuses, but the spines are beginning to drop. The roach count is dwindling ever so quickly. And I think puCK might just finally be broken here. The last spine crawler about to die. He does finish another one behind this. The mutas are out, though, and the anti-air capabilities are quite limited for the Root Gaming Protoss player. The drones are coming over. They're bringing their mandibles onto these immortals. He gets to surround the struggle snuggle on these immortals as the Mutalisks advance, but Stalker Warp-Ins from this Warp Prism are bringing the Warp-Ins. He's still bringing the drones, transfusing the Mutalisks. There's only 5 Mutalisks left. Once these are dead, so is puCK, but he's barely holding on. This is the last point of reinforcement. The Warp Prism will get sniped up, and the Stalkers are all dead. puCK holds. And Petraeus, well, Petraeus, he's running out of options. And I may, you know, as a Protoss player, Petraeus sits here thinking, well, I killed his 3rd base, and puCK can try to remake some drones. The nice thing is he can actually still transfer some to this hatchery on the right side. But the Mutalisks are going to contain Petraeus. Like, how in the hell are you supposed to take a 3rd base now as a Protoss player? Like, you can't. He doesn't even have a Twilight Council. He can't get Blink, which means that the Mutas could actually just pull him between his bases. He's getting a Forge. I guess he wants to use Photon Cannons so that he can advance out. But that might just be too little too late. And these Mutas can't wait. Killing some probes in the main base. The Zerglings are checking for that 3rd. And look at that. No blink. No blink Areno means Mutalisks can just dance. They're happy, man. These Mutalisks, they didn't get prom dates, but it's okay because they're young, independent Mutalisks, and they can go out and get drunk with each other. 9 drones in production. Now a Twilight Council coming in for Petraeus, so he'll finally get that blink. But there's not too much money left in his main base. And even the natural is starting to look, you know, it's like, oh, okay, she is kind of old now. Huh. Zealot warp in from Petraeus. 6 Zealots over towards the natural. And pucks left a couple Mutalisks here. So these can eventually kill this off, but they will have some trouble. 2 spines in the back of the mineral line will work. Just needs to try to keep his actual drones away. Petraeus is focusing them down. The rest of the mutas are coming back from puck to defend. Now the spine crawlers can get in some hot, steamy action with these Zealots. Puck just pulls back to the spines. Pretty smart play. He will lose a few drones, but he's okay for the most part. Last Zealot's picked off. And Petraeus is still stuck on 2 bases. He has not started blink. Okay, there he goes. He starts blink literally as I clicked on it. So I probably just helped him, you know. Like it was probably me that made the blink start just by thinking about it. Just giving, you know, a little backup to my bro Petraeus. Although, to be fair, I don't think I've ever actually met the guy in real life. But puck has 10 Mutalisks, 2 more about to pop out. And yeah, he's just gonna camp. Oh goodness. It's like I'm playing Demo Man in TF2, just parking on top of the rocks on Hightower. And just dropping, waiting for people to step out. And the mothership core gets sniped. And puck just runs away. He's gotta be feeling good. 5 more Mutalisks on the way. Roach speed is done. And you can start to make units that aren't Mutalisks. Puck's been enjoying his Mutalisk play. Puck's Mutalisk play actually brought him back into the game in the last map, and there's a lot of photon cannons. Petraeus is attempting to do the Zerg thing, right? Petraeus as a Zerg player would say to himself, hey, spine crawlers are actually really good versus mutas. Can I just build those? And then, you know, everybody that's watching the game is like, well, you know, as a Twitch chat viewer, I'm GM, so no, you can't. Photon cannons actually suck compared to spore crawlers, versus Mutalisks at least. Once you pass the first 6 minutes of the game, cannons are kind of like, well, yeah, you can either defend a 14 pool or you cannon rush. And look at this. Puck's trying to hit the counterattack with some Zerglings, maybe? No? Actually, he's bringing everything home. Puck realizes, I need to defend this. He doesn't want him to know about this base on the right side, though, so he does not send the Zerglings from there. Very aware play from Puck. And the Mutalisk Zergling force is just going to try to overwhelm this. He's going to walk into the spines, and here comes Puck. The Mothership Core does not have enough energy for anything, and the force fields get dropped around. Petraeus trying to hold on, but the Zerglings do breach. He's penetrated Petraeus' force field array, blinks back, but Puck's Mutalisks gobble on these Mothership Core on the Stalkers, and he is just going to destroy this Protoss army. Petraeus being forced back is not dead just yet. He has a couple more Stalkers, but at this point, Puck's Mutalisk count is getting a little out of hand, and he can actually probably just fight the Stalkers straight up with these mutas. Good blinks will make Puck change his mind about that, but with the Zergling forces, I think he has enough to just beat this. This time, there's no force fields, you know, there's no Immortals to provide emotional support for the Stalkers as everything dies around them. And, well, Petraeus was tucked in a little bit there, but did he ever see this base in the bottom right? No. So now Petraeus is starting to think to himself, well, those units had to be coming from somewhere. And I think he still knew that there wasn't that third. Actually, I don't know. Maybe he didn't know if Puck ever took that third base, but it doesn't really matter. A couple of stray Zerglings are getting chomped apart here by these laser beams in the center of the map. And Puck is building more spines. He wants to be uber double safe ×3. And I think these Stalkers will come for Petraeus, and then Puck will just chase him down. Puck has a significantly more powerful and larger army, and here he goes. Yeah, I feel like just attack this, do what you can. And Petraeus, you cannot blink out of this. Well, he can still kind of blink, but he'll be blinking kind of towards the Zerglings, running back. He's surrounded, he's caught on the creep, and he knows it. Petraeus will die here as Puck plunges the Zerg blade into his Protoss heart, or Protoss machine, whatever kind of warp technology a Protoss has that powers their systems. GG, Puck ties the series up 1-1, and not bad play. Puck holding off the aggression. Petraeus did a good job of trying to play this god-awful map, but unfortunately for Petraeus, it's a god-awful map. So puCK was able to use that advantage to even out the series. Despite, I feel like the map's probably good for that early Protoss aggression, and he was so close to killing puCK. But once you get past that early game stage, man, Zerg is just imba as fuck on that map. So